Yume rearing. They're set. They're racing. They stepped away fairly well, evenly out the back door. Omega Perfume with Sunrise Nova. Early speed from Orange Desire. And Levant Soleil goes forward. Hiroboko Latache. They come to the winning post the first time. And Orange Desire, the filly, leads out from Hiroboko Latache. Levant Soleil is up there running third. And tucked out wide Incantation. In behind them is Sunrise Soar. Along the fence is Pavel. Drifted out into that first corner. Then back to Mitsuba, followed by Asakana Roman. KT Brave well back with Omega Perfume, followed by Centurion. Two away, Apollo Kentucky. Then Sunrise Nova, well back Non-Kona Yume. And the last one is Westerland. Down the back straight they roll in the Champions Cup. And Orange Desire leads out from Levant Soleil. Running third is Hiroboko Latache. Cantation is up there moving, but 3 and 4 wide. Then a gap back to Sunrise Soar, and it's inside Pavel travelling sweetly. Followed by Asakana Roman, then KT Brave, who's made up good ground. Followed then by Mitsuba, then Centurion, Omega Perfume, Non-Kona Yume well back, Apollo Kentucky. Then comes Sunrise Nova. Apollo Kentucky is moving up through the field. Then last of all is still Westerland. Down the side they run, not too much change up front. Orange Desire, the filly, leads out from Hiroboko Latache. Incantation, the filly at Levant Soleil runs the paint. Wide around is Sunrise Soar past the 400-metre pole. And the favourite needs luck and starting to run on is Mitsuba. They've got 350 metres to run. Sunrise Soar could be the one down the middle of the track. And Levant Soleil starts to kick past the 200 metres. Levant Soleil finds it from Sunrise Soar. Orange Desire kicks back, and late on the scene is Westerland, but the colt is home. Levant Soleil goes on and wins, and Westerland up for second. Sunrise Soar in for third, then Orange Desire, then came Omega Perfume, Sunrise Nova. In behind them, along the inside, was Asakana Roman, followed by Hiroboko Latache, Pavel, Mitsuba, pulling up quickly across the line, Centurion. Then came KT Brave, Incantation, not this year for Non-Kona Yume, and the last one in was Apollo Kentucky, and the colt has done it.
Yes, Levant Soleil, the 3-year-old colt. We haven't had a 3-year-old winner for quite a while now. You might have had one or two anxious moments at the top of the straight. Needed a bit of room, but once he got out into the clear and really found that extra gear, just looking at the final 150 metres there, it was all, he didn't really have to push any harder. Took a nice lead in that final 200 metres or so, and Merco de Muro, the connections, well, they think this horse is something that's been proved today, going off favourite. Two disappointments in the race, but no doubt about the winner here.
2-12 Westerland, the big upset there, a 30-1 shot. Sunrise Soar looked a bit like the winner at the 200-metre mark, but when the colt found the next gear, he just screamed it away. 2-12-9, 1 and 11. 2-12-9, 1 and 11. Mega Perfume getting home when it was all over. Disappointing runs from KT Brave. Non-Kona Yume, a real flop this year. There's so much spruiking up about the horse through the week. The 26th Group 1 here in Japan for the jockey, Merco de Muro.
Yes, doing it comfortably. Levant Soleil. G1 Racing colours, as we've said, the 26th Group 1 for Merco de Muro. And really showing them all what it's about. First favourite winning. We haven't had that many the last 10 years, only 3 of them.
Last 3-year-old was 2006, Allendale.
Allendale, that's correct.
Carnegie Keeley the year before.
But Marco will be happy to get this one. He's been finishing second a lot in these big races, as he himself's been saying. Deserves a change of luck, and well, certainly getting Levant Soleil, striding colt, who really put in a powerful late finish there. And as Merco said in his comments earlier in the week, a horse that can run from any position. Always had him handy today. Say that for a brief moment, just wondering whether he'd get out of a little pocket at the top of the straight, but
it's a pretty emotional moment for him. He's taking a lot of time to bring this colt back. The other horses have already exited the track. He's still on the other side, now onto the turf, to come back and be greeted by the fans here at the Chukyo Racecourse. Taking out the Group 1 in fine style. comfortable margin in the end. Started to really stretch out and pull away from the challengers. Westerlund hitting the line late. A horse that really has not shown much at up until today. Of course, not at this level.
Yes, a big run from Westerlund.
He ran second to Omega Perfume back in September. But he did work well through the week. In fact, was by many the best working horse on the track. And as I said, would have supported big odds. So those that managed to have a little bit on Westerlund each way, or for a place, would have been rewarded. Good run by Sunrise Soar. I thought he would run well.
And a big run from the filly as well, Murray, holding on for fourth there.
Orange Desire led them up. Yeah. Hard to lead all the way here.
But Mirko de Murray won the race in 2015 on Sam Bista. He's done it beautifully here.
Slightly different price. Sam Bista was 38 to 1 or something like that day.
So this horse has been going round in.
But the horse a little reluctant to come back, actually. Kind of crab walking as he makes his way back. The 2:12.9, the margin's 2.5 a neck, 1 1/4, 2.5. And they've run it in 1:50.1, which is exactly the time that they've run the last 2 years. Sound 2, Gold Dream, both running 1:50.1, and this colt has run identical time. Remember, this is just the 5th running of the Champions Cup at this track. And Mirko acknowledging this colt's ability, pointing to the horse. He's a little skittish at the moment. In front of a noisy crowd. He wouldn't be used to crowds of this size.
First Champions Cup win for the trainer. It's a Kansai horse. We've been informed it's the first winner from Kansai in 12 years. So
Kansai meaning the west of Japan. Giving this horse a little bit of time to settle down.
Yes, he really needs to go back and weigh in, doesn't he?
But he does seem extremely agitated, so I think it's trying to relax him. The handler thinks that the best thing we can do is walk him. And now they're about to make their way past, down the tunnel.
Yes, Mirko de Murray getting the job done here today in the Champions Cup on Leve sur Leve. Colt in the making. So it's the first time for Murray and I to see the horse run, isn't it?
Well, in person, yes.
Yeah,
I've certainly seen it on replays and from other tracks, but first time to see the horse in person. There's plenty of room there, but he certainly didn't push the button too early.
That's right. He just wondered at one point there, but then, well, no, he found that extra in the end. Just fled, really, didn't he?
Pavel was looking okay back on the fence, but really tired over the last 150. We will have the official finishing order for you shortly to let the overseas audience know about the placing of Pavel, but we made the top 10, which is always important.
Yes, prize money, bonus money, whatever you want to call it, incentive money down to the 10th place today. 100 million yen to the winner. Mirko finally gets the horse back into the winner's enclosure here, just outside the weighing room.
There's all other jockeys, of course, have weighed in. Big smooch for the colt. Shake of hands from the trainer. Got the horse into a great position early on the paint, of course, drawing it inside. Travelled fourth most of the way.